No, I'd say the biggest thing that stood out for me was just how professional he was, and how professional, but at the same time just seemed to love his work, loved racing, and seemed to always have a good positive energy around him.
This is it's hard to say, because for us was a special day, the first stage, because Michele won the first stage, and was the same day, the 22, so we were feeling a lot that day. And so here in Trentino we always feel big responsibility to a result, to show how we still feel this missing. So
my favorite memory of Michele is the World Championship in Florence 2013, and I remember the great person that he was, always happy, always smiling, and I don't know, it's incredible that now he is not here with us in the peloton.
You know, I remember him. He's so funny guy, and I have respect for him, and yeah, and what I say, he's such a good guy.
Yeah, Michele, for me, I think for the whole group, is a person, very nice person, nice guys. I think for all, is very.
We miss him.
Missing.
Yes.
Michele for me, but I think for all group, missing very a lot, because he's a nice person, sympathetic, he's a joker, and nothing is a big missing for all.
Scarponi is a fantastic champion. He's only one word. He's capitano.
Michele era un grande amico, ho corso insieme, era il mio capitano ai tempi della Lampre, e tuttora, sarà sempre nel mio cuore, credo nel cuore di tante persone.
Yeah, I was there in Innsbruck when he won the stage, and I can remember seeing his happiness and his joy, and I can remember seeing other people's happiness as well, and that made me reflect about Scarponi, because I knew Scarponi from all the doping investigations and the scandals and all the talk about doping. So we never really had a good open relationship. He was a little bit evasive, but that made me think about him. Well, if he's friends with everybody and everybody likes him, there must be more to him than just what we read about in the doping cases. And after his tragic death, and that was caused by a road accident, which is a big problem for any cyclist. That's made me reflect and think about him even more. And when I saw people's reactions to his death, that made me realize, we see cyclists and they're athletes, but then they're human beings as well. And on a personal side, you could see that Michele was just a really nice guy, that he got along with everybody and everybody got along with him, and they all appreciated each other. So he was just, away from cycling, he must have been a really nice guy.
Michele Scarponi is always with us. He is in our team also now. I remember his smile, always. He was not only a good rider, but a very good people. There are many anecdotes, but he was able, also if there was some problems, to be happy, and to put also all the team, the riders, and not only the riders, all the team in good condition.
I know Scarponi from many years because I know him when he's amateur rider in Italian race. He's an incredible rider, incredible man. I remember one time during the Tour de France 2014 when my rider Vincenzo Nibali is in yellow jersey, and I met him during the lunch and I asked, what do you think about this tour? Hey Alex, this tour is already done. Why, Michele, you told in this way? Because Vincenzo is super. Then every time Michele told the right things in the good way. And for me, I remember that is the great rider, but in particular, it's a great man.
Michele, for our, is a very important person. We can remember him and ride to his memories, and is in our earth.
Was there a favorite race that he, a favorite performance or anything that he did that stands out to you?
For me?
Yes.
I like very the race of my region, Giro dell'Appennino, and Sunday go to this race and try to make a good performance.
My main memory of Michele Scarponi is not a memory of a race, or not only of race. I mean that I remember very well the meeting that I had with him the very last day of the Tour of Italy of 3 years ago, 2016, the Giro d'Italia. That Giro d'Italia was won by Vincenzo Nibali, his teammate. It was a really difficult Giro for Vincenzo Nibali. It was really at almost 5 minutes of delay on cross week in the 3rd week, and then he was able to recover, and Scarponi was really his best helper. And so I remember that I had a meeting with Scarponi in the morning of the very last day, the last stage, the finish line was in Turin. The meeting was in the bus of Astana, and it was a meeting for an interview to talk about more or less the summary of that incredible Giro, his help in the famous stage of the Colle dell'Agnello, and he gave me the appointment for the meeting. But when I arrived, he told me if we can postpone the meeting of some days, so 3 or 4 days after the Giro, to talk about this Giro, because in that moment, the morning of the very last stage, he wanted to remain alone without talking with the press, in order to have in his mouth only the sensation of the happiness to remain with his teammates, to appreciate more the victory, because he considered the victory of Nibali as his own victory, and certainly a big piece of that Giro d'Italia of Nibali still belongs to Michele Scarponi.
Per me Scarponi è stato una persona veramente molto importante, che mi ha aiutato a raggiungere tanti successi, ma al di là di questo è stata una persona speciale perché era una persona veramente solare. L'altro giorno era il suo memoriale, però non voglio pensare neanche a questo perché è un po' brutto per me. Vorrei che Scarponi fosse sempre qui con il suo sorriso e la sua persona splendida che era.